Jeremiah chapter number 2. Take my lows down a little bit, take that bottom out, it'll take a little bit of that echo effect out. Amen. Just that's good. Stay right there. Let us read, amen, verses number 16, 17, skip down to 22 and 23 for part 2 of this message. So we're going to start reading at 16, 17, 22, and 23. Ready, read. And also the men of Memphis and Taphanes have cracked your skull. Read, church. Have you not brought this on yourselves by forsaking the Lord your God when he led you in the way? Amen. Verse 22, although you wash yourself with soap and use an abundance of cleansing powder, the stain of your guilt is still before me, declares the sovereign Lord. 23, how can you say, I am not defiled? I have after the bells. See how you have behaved in the valley. Consider what you have done. You are a swift she-camel running here and there. Amen. That's enough. You may be seated. I keep verse, if you'll underline verse 17. Amen. If you'll circle verse 17. Have you not brought this on yourself by forsaking the Lord your God when he led you by the way? I want to talk to you very briefly from top thing, thought whatever you like, call upon our text from part 2 of this message. Lord, I did this to myself. Lord, I brought this on myself. Part 2. It is in this series for those who were away from us on last week that many tears were shed. Our heart was open and we were gutted by the Spirit of God. We were gutted open because we had to come to the reality and accept the fact that a whole bunch of heartache and a whole lot of pain that was placed upon us did not just happen by chance. It happened to us because we put ourselves in a predicament where we turned our back on God. We discovered last week that a lot of us have endured unnecessary pain because we decided to do things our way. We got away from the will of God. We got away from the standards and the characteristics of God's way of living. And we found ourselves in predicaments that brought us to a place whereby we justified doing what we wanted to do. We discovered last week that when we get to this place, many of us are so bold in our false justification that we come before God in prayer and we give God pitiful praise because accompanied with us is a whole lot of junk and mess. We show up on Sunday morning and worship God like it is nothing, knowing that we have mess on our mind. We already have predetermined and have already pre-planned to hate on somebody, be jealous of somebody, and yet lift our hands before God as if we have done nothing wrong. My sisters and brothers, in our false justification, God then sits back and gives us small signals. He sends small obstacles, small trials, small tribulation to get our attention, to get back on the right course of life. And it is then that we become so bold and bad. We become so bad and bougie in the spirit that God says, now I have to drop the bomb on you to get you to understand that you cannot go against my will. My sisters and brothers, when God drops the bomb, he is not trying to doom us or kill us. But we learned last week, God is merely trying to hold us and get us back in right standing with him. He says, I have to do this because you have announced to the world that you belong to me. And because you belong to me, I have to prove to you and your haters that I, God, love you more than you love yourself. It is in that false justification that many of us, we sit there and for a moment we get it right, only to become like a dog in the book of Proverbs that turns or returns back to his own vomit. The same thing that made the dog sick. After he gets well, he goes back and do the same thing over again. And God says, now I have to drop bigger bombs. My sisters and brothers, we come to a place of false justification. Let's be honest, all of us in here have justified why we do what we do and why we are wrong in our doing. See, to rectify false justification, we must understand the meaning of true justification. True justification, brother deacons, is when we openly confess and admit our part in getting ourselves in various predicaments. True justification is when you can turn your back on your sin, turn your back on your habits, and face God and say, God, this is nobody's fault but mine.